Michael, this is what occurred. Hang on, let me make sure I'm up here as this thing turns. You got yours on. That's the biggest thing. Well, this is what I saw, Michael. I saw you in the trenches, and the Lord spoke. He said, "Son," He said, "dig. This is not a foxhole, but I've called you to go from knee deep, and I've called you to go shoulder deep. I'm going to cause you to dig, and it's going to be over your head. Don't be overwhelmed. Don't be overwhelmed. But I'm sending you even as a fortress of guard. Son, I'm going to guard you. I'm going to structure around you, and you'll not surrender. You'll not run out premature, but you'll hold the ground. You will hold the ground. I didn't give you a fort that was lost, but I gave you the ground of salvation. I called you as a man rooted and grounded in me and the Word, the Word, the Word. For you marvel at my word, for even as you study and look, I unlocked your eyes to see in depth. You closed your eyes and curious. Is it well that the Lord of heaven would even speak to a man in this hour? And the Lord of glory whispers to your heart and whispers to your ear. And He spoke, He said, no shame, no shame, no shame, but strengthen the brethren. Go in, for I'll orchestrate, not like the past, but it shall be even new to you. It will be like new bread, and the bread of the past won't be spoiled. But I'm giving you my word, son, and it will be like a loaf of bread, and I'll put the meat in the word, and the word shall serve to the hungry, and they shall rejoice, and they shall dine in me, meet in me, and they'll not collapse. For son, I took the foolish things of this world to confound the wisdom of the wise. I anointed you. I called you curious in your youth. Son, I called you a curious student that would look around and wonder what it would be if you did that. But son, didn't you know you're like a man that was shocked and couldn't let go? But I broke you off. I broke you off. Son, you're like a man stuck on a chain link fence, and I picked you up, and I said, there's cause and a call and purpose, and you shall walk with me. And I swept you off your feet. I covered you. I unlocked bars, and I said, son, you're not barred. He said, but you're loosed in me to run. You're not a runaway, but you're a keeper for me. You're a keeper of my heart and a keeper of my word. Come walk with me, even as I sent you amongst the generals. I called you like a lieutenant. I said, come learn. Come and learn. Watch, study, and watch even what I shall do. And I saw you around men that were learned men that had an opportunity to grow in wisdom. And the Lord spoke and said, son, He said, there are volumes of books, and the word of my word shall be upon your lips, and I'll write it upon your heart, and the cross shall be the power and the glory before your eyes, and the thief will not steal your hope, but you shall be a deliverer of many men. I saw an artist, a young artist, and the Lord said, wake up, and you'd not seen the pen any longer, but the man that could write, and the man could also draw. Then I saw an axe, a different season in your life, and you begin to chop the trees, and the Lord said, son, I brought you to the cleared clearing, that you might see my glory. I saw a man walking out, the forest was no more. It was a cleared space. And the Lord spoke, He said, from above. And He said, worship I, the living God. And you're like Jacob, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? And God spoke to the artist that had few words. And He said, son, cling to me, hold on to me, and do not let go. I've forgiven you, and you shall run with me. Now strengthen the brethren. Strengthen the brethren. For I will orchestrate the pathway. I'll give you the word of my promise. Forgiven. God gave you a word to loose men forgiven and set free from captivity, breaking even the bonds of the past, that they might know the deliverance of the presence by the presence of our God. Jesus, I thank you for this man. I thank you for the gift of life and the words of understanding. You'll seek, you'll find. You'll seek, you'll find. Understanding will even be as bread to you. God, I want to know the more, and He's giving you the more. It'll be a wake-up call. It is a suddenly, and it's not living in past tense. He'll put His parenthesis around that which is important. Write it down. Write it down. He's giving you the words and the letters. Write it down. The artist of the kingdom of heaven will draw in your mind's eye. You'll find the pictures are before your eyes. A man forgiven. A man not in seclusion, but He broke those bonds of seclusion off of you. And He said, son, I'm not the author of confusion, but I sent you to gain the ground. There will be travel. Your feet will be loosed. You're not looking to compare with the right hand and the left hand. He gave you both hands on your physical body. He said, don't look to the right, don't look to the left, but look to me, for I will open your eyes and you shall rejoice in me. The smile of the Lord shall be upon you, and the smile of his word shall go before you, and you shall transition. These are the days of transitioning. You are transitioning. You're transitioning. He took you down to the valley that you might know that the call was come up, come up, come up, come up. A steward in faithfulness. Well done, well done, well done. But in intimacy, the call is beyond your thoughts. And he said, come up and worship I, the living God. He gave you the clarity and he's given you the knowledge to know him. But the word shall come as a wonder. And you said, God, I have no sight. I am as a blind man and I see not. And he whispered to your ear. He said, I awaken your thoughts and I will establish the dream. And I will anoint your eyes and you shall know you're forgiven. And the past is clean by my word and my promise. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Praise God. Amen. Amen.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Praise God.